Are you thinking about buying or selling in the Geneva Lakes area? Well, the market has just shifted. With inventory dropping way down and buyer activity finally slowing, here's what that means for you in terms of home prices, negotiations, and your next move. So January brought fewer listings and longer days on market, which is totally normal for the winter timeframe. But what does that mean? It means, as you can see from this graph, we're right back in a seller's market. In Walworth County, we're at 2.88 months of inventory, and in Lake Geneva, we're at 3.54 months of inventory. So what does that mean for you that we're back in a seller's market? Sellers, here's what this means for you. You have less competition, meaning there's more demand for properties like yours if there's not a lot out there, but you still have to price it right. That's going to be key because buyers are still demanding fair market value. They'd rather wait you out or pass on your property altogether until the right one comes along. Buyers, you have fewer choices, which means more competition, which typically drives prices up. So be aware of that. So you're going to want to be ready to make a move when you find the right home. Always go into a negotiation knowing your top price limit. So I said the average days on market is growing longer, and that's again normal, especially for this time of the year. So as you can see from these graphs, there are two lines. The red line is the average time between a home was listed to when it finally had an accepted offer. The blue line, this is the average time between when a home was listed to when it finally closed. So looking at this graph in Walworth County, the average time for a home to have an accepted offer is 64 days. For it to close completely, it's about 90 days. In Lake Geneva, again, we only had 8 homes sale, so these numbers are skewed, but I'm going to show it to you anyways. The average days on market is 124 days. What does this mean for you? Sellers, homes in Walworth County, they're still moving as to be expected. Lake Geneva market is taking a little bit longer to sell, but don't worry, strategically price and market your home. That's going to be key. Buyers, high-end homes are still sitting longer, which means more room to negotiate. But the homes at the lower price points, they are still moving quickly. This graph shows the sales to list price ratio, which tells us how close a home sold compared to its original asking price. And guess what? Sellers, you're still getting strong offers. So there are two lines on this graph. The red, this is what it sold for compared to what it was listed at during the time of the offer. The blue line, this is what it sold for compared to what it originally listed at when it first came on the market. In Walworth County, the sales to list price ratio is 94%. In Lake Geneva, it's at 90%. However, there were only 8 sales in the month of January in Lake Geneva, so the number is very skewed. Nothing to worry about just yet. We're going to want to watch it next month. So what does that mean? Sellers, you're still in a great position to sell close to asking price if your home is priced right. Buyers, as you can see, there's some room for negotiation, especially if the home has been sitting on the market for some time. But don't expect massive discounts, and I would highly recommend against making outright lowball offers, especially for homes in the popular price ranges. Most sellers, they aren't desperate. We had a condo listed and some buyers submitted this really lowball offer and the seller just outright rejected it because they didn't even want to counter it. They were offended by it. A lot of these sellers, they want to sell, but they don't have to. And hence, that's where we have this price disparity. All right, so where are home prices? Here in Walworth County, the median sold price of homes is at $367,000. However, the median list price is about $520,000. That is a huge gap between what is actually selling and what is actually being listed. In Lake Geneva, the number, again, I'm showing it to you, but they're skewed. The median sold price of those 8 homes was $595,000, and the median list price was $650,000. So what does this mean for you as sellers? Overpriced homes are sitting on the market, and you don't want that. So you're going to want to price your home smart. Buyers, there's more upper middle class and luxury homes available. So if you are looking in that price range, there's room to negotiate. Not so much if you're looking in that popular price range. Okay, so what is that popular price range? Here in Walworth County, that popular price range is between $300,000 to $399,000. In Lake Geneva, it's between $300,000 to $650,000. So sellers, if you have a home in this range, you're in the hottest part of the market. So expect some demand when the spring market hits. Buyers, you're facing competition, so you're going to want to be pre-approved and be ready to make an offer quickly. A strong, reasonable offer within your price range, but always know your upper max limit. Here's the bottom line. We're in a seller's market in the slowest time of the year. That's going to change when the spring market hits. When that happens, there's going to be both more sellers and more buyers. So prices will remain stable, but it'll continue to appreciate. So if you're thinking about making a move or selling your home this year, let's chat and let's make your next move legendary. Oh, I have an itch. Ah, my face.